I always like that ending and everything. Oh, and there's nonstop, stopping everything as usual. Here we are, live as usual. Women on TV.tv, talk for media uh, on all platforms, TV, radio, and podcasting. All right, so Miami, locally Tash, welcome back. It's good to see you after 2 weeks off having fun. From Houston, Texas, Trixie Gynn, award winning on Amazon Prime. And she also hooked me on Amazon Prime. I can't stop not watching it now. And the one and only from Redondo Beach, nonstop, Terri Marie. Hi, Terri. How you doing? And our special guest, the one and only, we love this brand, Papa and Barkley. What does a corporate social responsibility manager do? Madison D, who are you? Where you coming from?
I'm coming from Humboldt County right now. I usually am based in LA, but yes, I do all of our CSR. I like to shorten it. It's a long name. It's a mouthful, but basically I make sure that we give back to the community in more ways than just making our product. I do all our donations, talk about social justice, kind of give our brand a little bit more depth and personality by standing up for issues that we care about. So that's what I do.
Nice to meet you.
And you gotta love that.
I haven't met her yet, Brian.
No, you haven't. Well, we haven't met in person yet, but she actually lives in Silver Lake, but she's been up in Northern California ever since.
Oh, I'm flying out to Northern California tonight.
Of course you are.
Where are you going?
I'm going to lovely Grass Valley to visit somebody I'm dating. He doesn't live in Grass Valley. He works up there. But he doesn't live up in Grass Valley. He just works there like once a week. Once a month. So we went up there.
All right. So Madison, I love her name too. I love that name. Yes. What's been happening with Papa and Barkley? Mm-hmm. What's going on with everything? And you got some things coming in time for 420 next month.
Yeah, we have a lot going on. I mean, I think on this platform, we talk more about the CBD side, but this year on the California side, we launched 2 new edibles. So we have our chocolates, we have our gummies, vegan, so super healthy, awesome. So that's what's happening on the California side. We got a lot of edibles. We're dominating there. We're going to have a little bit of 420 fun around the edibles. We're going to have a cool video coming out, so look out for that, all around joy. Because of COVID, we're trying to spread some joy by sharing edibles. On the CBD side, where I work more with the Chance program and everything, we have a couple new SKUs coming out at the end of the quarter. Super excited about that. We have some sleep products coming out. We're about to launch the Champ program to the public. We have a lot going on. It still feels like we're in startup mode after 5 years, but we're killing it.
That's exciting.
The thing about that is that you're keeping a lot of things fresh. It's like you're not getting bored with stuff. Talk about how you started and your dad and everything like that, because I love this company. And I think Terri and I have seen a bunch of these things come and go with stuff. But what really stuck me was Adam Grossman, the CEO. Well, there's a new CEO coming up now, but he was just very personable. I like what he had to say, and I like that he came down to the studio. And this was during COVID, and he was more than willing to be there. And he's coming back for 420 next month in the LA studio. So that's really, really good. Talk about how you started, what brought you in, and your dad.
Yeah. So to your point, I think that this company was really founded on people caring for other people, like real cannabis passion. And that you can see that in Adam and Guy. So when Adam and Guy met, I'm Guy's daughter, they're partners. Adam had this beautiful story, obviously that you guys have all heard. And then Guy had been in cannabis for a long time. He had been growing. I grew up my whole life, being supported by a gazillion plants. So that was awesome. So he had all the mad scientist side of the stuff, making the products. Adam had this beautiful story, mission, the first bomb. So they partnered together, started doing it out of my childhood house in LA.
Wow.
So that house got turned into the first Papa and Barkley facility. My mom was not happy with the floorboards being messed up, but it was fine. So I started I was young when they first started. I was a little younger, and I was like, what are you guys doing? And then eventually I really jumped in full force and started just kind of helping out wherever I could. At first it was 8 of us in that house standing the company up. So my now roommate in LA, who's now our VP of distribution, he was the first one making our patches. My room right now was our old distribution space. So we were just doing everything out of this house, and just all hands on deck. So I did a multitude of roles. I was, I found our new facilities. I was office manager. I was helping Mike pack boxes. I ended up managing our facilities, working in HR. And then recently in the past like year and a half is when I've come into this CSR, the CHAMP program, some of these things that you do after you sort of establish the baseline of what you're doing as a company. So that's sort of the short version. I can give you more details and funny stories, but that's a high level.
No, we want to hear more funny stories, don't we, Trixie?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I
don't know. Some of that.
In there.
Now you have to share a story with us.
Yes.
There's quite a few. I'm
Well,
not sure how many of them are kosher to be sharing on a lot.
We won't
Given
tell
the
anybody.
regulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny stories. One time, we had to move everything out of the facility in the middle of summer because we were having a fire inspection, and it was like 95 degrees in the middle of the summer. And our bombs are, if you guys have seen them, I have one. They're not meant to sit in the sun. They will melt. They'll turn into liquid. So we were all sitting there with this facility with like a gazillion products in it, and we were like, we have to move everything out of this facility. It's 95 degrees. So we went and rented 2 like big semi trucks. And keep in mind, one of our newer facilities is in like a small neighborhood in Glassell Park, so the streets are not made for semi trucks. So we're trying to get these semi trucks down the lane. We're like palleting all the product, trying to load it up. We put like air conditioners in there, and we drove it around the block for like 2 hours until we could bring it back. And it was just like, you know, a show. It was a whole thing. So that's one of the stories.
Anything to save the product.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be something like someone eating, you know, a product and not knowing it had cannabis in it. I was thinking of a story like that because, you know,
We
you can
have
make brownies or something and then somebody eats it.
Wait.
I could see Brian by accident eating some cookies or brownies,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden
That happened.
You're like, guys, I feel weird.
Well, that actually, it wasn't Papa and Barkley. That did happen to me. Someone gave it to me, and it was something in it. And I'm like, oh, these smell good. And it was brownies. And I'll never forget. It was on a Thursday. I was in Vegas at a friend's house. And I'm just sitting there. It's like 3:00. And the time is going so slow. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I couldn't get
Oh
up.
gosh.
She didn't tell me she did it. I didn't know. And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me, and she's laughing her ass off. I'm like, what's going on? How come I feel straight? I couldn't move. And she just started busting out laughing. I'm like, what did you do to me? She goes, I put some things in your brownies. He. I'm like, that's not funny. I couldn't do anything for like 2 days. I still don't know. I still don't know what she gave me in the brownies. But I never forgot it.
Is she still your friend?
No, I got rid of her ass.
Oh my
No, I
God.
couldn't do that. No.
We're gonna have to get you. Me and Terry are gonna have to get you somehow. Right? Terry? We're gonna have to get him. To get him in LA.
That same kind of thing happened to me though, because I got some edibles at Celebrity Connected, and I've never ate edibles before, and I ate a cookie, and I didn't know you were supposed to break it up and not eat the whole cookie, so that was fun. So I was like hallucinating.
Wait a minute.
Oh
was I
my God.
there for that, Terry? Did you do it when I was there?
Actually, what was even funnier about it is that I went camping with my ex-boyfriend, which I don't go camping. So anyway, I decided to drink a lot of wine, and then I ate the whole cookie, and then I thought the campfire was chasing me. Yeah, it was.
Oh my God. Sounds like a camping nightmare.
It was very funny. I like the next day I was like, oh my God, because I literally the fire was going like this to me, and I was like, what's wrong? And then my boyfriend at the time's like, did you eat that whole cookie? He goes, you're only supposed to eat a fourth of it. I go, I didn't know. I had no idea.
Oh my God.
I would really like to know about the edibles. I'm not really a chocolate fan, but I just know the edibles would probably be good for me to sleep. What would be a proper dose of someone who doesn't take a lot of products like that?
Yeah, so
Like me.
the chocolates are they're in the shapes of triangles. So when you snap them, each piece is 5 milligrams. So that's sort of like quote a dose. Like that's where you'd start. I would even I am somebody who actually surprisingly does not ingest a lot of cannabis, and like there's a different experience with each. Like an edible will make me laugh all night. Smoking a dab, I'm like out. Smoking a joint, I've eaten everything in the cupboard. But I would say, yeah, like a triangle of a chocolate is probably good to start. And it is nice at night because it's kind of like soothing. Like edibles make me feel also like the chocolate will make me feel sleepier. A lot of people use it to sleep, but everybody's different. You kind of got to like test it out. You know what I mean? See where it lands with you. I should just tell you to eat a whole chocolate bar, see how it goes.
Yeah, do what I do, and then stare at fire.
So you talked earlier about a vegan one. So what is that? What's a vegan edible?
So the gummies are vegan.
Okay.
So some of our gummies are vegan, so they don't have gelatin. That we use a substitute. I'm pretty sure it's monk fruit. Don't quote me. I'm not the mad scientist of this company making everything. But the vegan ones are really cool because obviously, they don't have the gelatin. But they're still pretty gummy and delicious. So those are amazing.
Hey Trixie, what do you look for when you have the gummies or the edibles?
Well, it depends what I'm using it for. If it's like going out to the pool and to the beach, I like one that's more of that one I want really soothing, but more of a hybrid. That way you're still staying active. And then a sativa would be one that I would use to help get better sleep. So the dosage would be a little, they'll be the same, I guess. But when I'm doing pool time and when I'm out doing water sports and stuff.
Water sports?
Oh my God.
Water sports. When I'm out doing water sports, then
anyway.
Yeah, I love to do they're called these rings. They're little rings, and you can easily mistake them for like a gummy worm or anything else, or those other rings that you can get from the store. And oh my God, they're so good. I gave one to my mom before, and she didn't know. She was thinking they were just candies, and I gave her 2, and it was funny, but she liked it, and it was good for her to sleep. And and
well, at least she liked it. Yeah. I feel like my mom would have murdered me.
Yeah, no, she's a happy customer. She always like, oh, I need to, get this and get that. And she always gets some CBD too. And she loves actually the cream. I had given her the cream product and for the Papa and Barkley's, and it works really well for the back of her neck. She's been using that. So yeah.
Love it. That's awesome.
Well, Madison, the reason I was asking Trixie, because Trixie creates her flyers. So I don't care what she's on. She creates some great, cool, hip stuff. So that's why I'm asking. Madison, she took that photo up that you sent to me, and I sent it to her right away. And I go, Trixie, just do what you're going to do. I don't care. I just know she's going to do something good. I don't care what she's on. So this is pretty cool. You make Madison look good. She looks good anyhow. Well, you made it look even better. That's why I was asking her that question, because like I said, there's one guy, we would always play. The most chess games we played in one game one time was 23 games, and on our forehead, our third eye was just humming. But like I said, I would beat him, he beat me, and I played the game straight. And then all of a sudden, I can't beat him when he's in his zone, when he smokes his sativa. I just can't do it. And I'm like, how do you get there? He goes, Brian, you got to try it. I'm like, no, I'm just not ready for that. But I do like it for aches and pains. I'm getting used to doing that, and I'm still working on that stuff. So that's why I was asking about the edibles, because I may be up between the hours of 2 and 4 West Coast time, talking to Australia, New Zealand, whatever country that I'm talking to, even Mexico, early in the morning. So sometimes I just can't sleep through the night because all the stuff that's going on. That's what I was asking. And I would love to have just like 1 or 2 just good nights, whether they're the edibles that I can just sleep through the night, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and how you so first of all, we're coming out with a whole sleep line of products, which are like, they have a lot of CBN in them, so they're specifically for sleep, so you should look out for those. But then the other thing, like what I use every night, is the CBD tincture, which you can buy online, and I take a whole dropper. People shouldn't take a whole dropper. You should start with like a quarter. But I'm knocked out. It doesn't matter if I drink coffee and then I take it like within 45 minutes. I'm fast asleep. It's amazing.
Oh my God, Madison, the fact that you say you take 1 dropper, I got is it the relief drops that you're talking about?
Yeah, the CBD ones. Which one do you have?
I take 2 of those, and I wake up like a brand new woman the next day. I'm just like, wow, these drops I didn't know the dosage was 1. I take 2.
It's actually a quarter. it's only a quarter of one dropper that you're supposed to start with.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that either.
I know. I take the whole drop. I fill it up, and
Yo, I take 2.
every 3 hours.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I love the product. Relief drops and the balm are my my favorite to go ones right now for Papa and Barkley. So I'm excited for like the new CBD sleep one. Like, can you talk about those? Like the new ones that are coming out?
Yeah, so they're gonna be. I don't know how much I am supposed to talk about it, but we have a new line of products. So it'll be like basically similar to the products we're offering right now, but a sleep version of them. And basically the cannabinoid that's in there that's helping with sleep is CBN, which is a cannabinoid known to help improve sleep. And, you know, if you have my dad on here, Guy, next time he can get down into the science of all of this. I'm not as equipped, but so we're basically going to have some similar products, but with the CBN instead. So they'll be like the sleep version of some of the existing stuff that people already like. So I'll send you some so you can take 2 droppers.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a newbie when it comes to it, but like I said, not only do I like the brand, I like what you guys do. I like the people that I've met so far. Talk about the Papa and Barkley champs, because I like that program. And there were a couple people that, you know, when you had that last meeting, I liked who they were, but I didn't get a chance to see and know exactly who they were. Talk about what that's like.
Yeah, so Papa's champs, I mean, something we've always said at Papa and Barkley is like, we're like a family. We've always had that family feel. And it's tough to like keep doing that as you get bigger and as you, you know, sort of professionalize. And, you know, it's not perfect, but we have that essence, to your point, Brian, of like Adam, Guy, like we have a lot of like family. We care deeply for the company and for each other. And so the champs program is sort of just like a natural evolution of that. It's basically an advocacy program where people who have used the product, who are like, this is amazing, it's changed my life. It just gives them an opportunity now to say to their mom, their brother, this, that, the other, I can offer you a discount and you can have more of these products that are helping me. So I'm helping you. And they're making commission. So it's an advocacy program. It's not an MLM, but it's basically a way for people to make extra cash selling products that they already love and use by just word of mouth to people that they know could benefit from it. So it's pretty small right now. We started it, I think, like 8 months ago. We have like 150 champs right now. We're about to launch to the public at the end of this month. It's been invite only. So we're excited to see what can happen with that. But it's basically just another channel for people to like share authentically that they love the products. You know, it's not no tricks, nothing, make a little extra money. So I love working on it. It's awesome.
And Roxy, can you show up that brand? Would you get 15% off for movie reviews and more?
Brian's a champ.
I am. And then, so working on that. So Terri, talk about when you got yours, how it helps your mom.
Oh, yeah. Well, my mom has like issues with her knees. So, basically it just helps her with her pain and her swelling, and it's awesome. She loves it, and she also uses the balm, so she uses the pills and the balm.
That's good.
I love it.
The benefits of people with anxiety and depression, can you talk about that, Madison?
Yeah, I can't talk about it in a compliant fashion because we're not technically allowed to say that any of our products help with those sort of ailments. Right. From my perspective, I'm a psych major and going into a doctorate program in psychology. So from my perspective, understanding the symptoms of those types of mental struggles, there's definitely a benefit and a correlation between CBD helping to calm your nervous system, like when you would sleep, and it also calming the same nervous system, the central nervous system that's running your brain and your emotional thinking and your cognitive stuff. So I've definitely heard reports of people having it help them a lot. There's also been like a few studies around CBD and like psilocybin assisted therapy and like depression and anxiety, which is really interesting, but nothing that we're never allowed to say that it helps that, but people definitely report that it helps them. And it just makes sense, common sense wise. Like, this thing is reducing your pain, it's reducing your inflammation, it's helping you sleep, it's calming your nervous system. Of course, you're going to feel better. You're getting more sleep and you're not in pain. So, yeah, that's what I can legally say.
No, I like that because I think it's important, and I've been talking to a lot more people around the world on that. And you can only get it in certain states too. Can you clarify what states certain things can be sold in, and then where it may be coming to other states?
Well, so right now our CBD products are available in the whole country. They can ship anywhere. The THC products, the California line, obviously Colorado, like right now they're only available in California, but other states that have legalized THC cannabis for adult use. I think that recently in the past election, it was Oregon got added, and Washington. There were a few others. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but our CBD products and a lot of CBD products are available nationwide. But the difference, and I'm sure Adam spoke to this, the difference between our CBD products and a lot of the ones that everybody's selling CBD. It's like everybody just wants to sell CBD, but they're using like an isolate, or they're not getting CBD in a clean manner. It's like the difference between drinking Sunny D and fresh squeezed orange juice. That's like the analogy we like to use. Like our CBD is like really dense with cannabinoids. It's like from the plant. There's no chemicals. It's the best, richest thing you can get. And then you have sort of like watered down versions or things that use chemicals and stuff like that. So I know you didn't ask me about that, but I just thought I'd throw it in there.
No, those things are important. That's one of the things that I always hashtag on things like that, because I've seen what's on the website. I've seen pictures of the plants and things like that, and I like what you guys are doing. I did not see that with other companies. They say they do it, but I did not see that. So that was the difference of everything. And again, plus I like the people that I met so far. Talk about what your dad is like, and then what does he bring? Because we talked to Adam, we're going to talk to your dad hopefully sometime in May.
Yeah. What does he bring like to the company? Just sort of generally?
Yeah, just kind of what were the benefits that he came in with, would you say? How did that start out?
Yeah. So Guy has been growing and advocating for cannabis for like over 25 years, my entire life. And he, why I think they're actually a really cool mix is like, Adam came from more like, traditional business, right? And had like a lot of financial background in that space. He also had this amazing story and the first bomb. And then Guy came and had like decades of experience working with the plant and turning it into products. He also had this deep, in cannabis, it's really interesting because you have like traditional market people, like old school farmers, people who were selling on the black market, which we call the traditional market. And then now you have in the past 6 years, all these people coming in and making money on the legal market who weren't in the traditional market. So there's like a lot of friction there. So what he brought was sort of this like deep respect for the industry as it stood for so long prior to legalization, for all the people who were paying their bills, all the people who went to prison selling cannabis, all the people like around the world who were already working with this plant and now bringing it into like, quote, the light of day and normalizing it. So Guy brought like that expertise in product making, that like deep respect for the history of the industry. And he's just like a crazy mad scientist. Like he just formulates everything. So he made all the products. Like he like is always in the lab. Like he'll come home and have some new product. And I also think it's really interesting his experience that he shares being like a black man in cannabis is also really interesting too, because like a lot of the legal industry right now is not reflective of the groups who were working in the traditional market, like mostly black and brown people who are building the industry. A lot of the executive positions in cannabis right now are not held by them. So I think it's nice to have him holding that spot and kind of advocating for that too. So
that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even know that. I like that.
Yeah. It's super important. And that's why I like the work I do, because it's like, you can't, in my opinion, you can't really talk about cannabis and not talk about like all these people who are still in prison today. And now everybody's making millions and these people are still rotting in prison. Like if you've heard the Last Prisoner Project, they do amazing work, expungement, re-entry into society, like trying to get records expunged. And that's super important for our industry not to forget that like that we can't leave those people behind now that we're just like over here,
Oh, I like that. That's pretty smart. I was wondering what that was. So Trixie, are you considered old school of what when you first started and why you do what you do? Because I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much old school. Yeah, I mean, one of the first hip hop artists is from California, Be Real of Cypress Hill, and and he's big, and he was one of the ones I kind of he's the only one that I had to look up to, in the rap industry. And when I was growing up, he was absolutely the only one. And from a small town outside of Houston, me and my friends, and well, mainly my sister and her older friends, and her friends. Well, she's my older sister, and so, they would always listen to the rap, and I was just like, trying to listen in and be like them, of course. And so that was just a very important. And he was also of course, he did a lot of dope music, of smoking marijuana and stuff. So that also was the culture, I guess. But it wasn't something like, I had to do it for peer pressure. It's just something I like to do, and it's been good. I mean, I don't smoke it like some people like. I mean, it also calms my nerves, my anxiety, stress. Like when I'm stressing, and for me, it's just I can work and function. There's some people who can't function on it, and just boom, they smoke a joint and they're totally out and can't do stuff, can't be productive. And
that would be me.
Yeah,
that would be me. That's me.
You gotta be able to be productive and still get your day done, and don't fall trap to that now. But yeah, so for me, it's never been an issue like that. So
well, you're lucky. That's not me.
Yeah, but yeah, so with the hip hop culture and back when I was growing up, that's who kind of led that. Well, it kind of infused it. Listening to that music and seeing that, and they were pretty much normalizing it. Like it's okay to smoke pot and weed and wear their shirts and that's what we did, and that's what I did in junior high. I was wearing his stuff when I was 12, I guess. Yeah. When I first started listening to him, and he was older. When he was, he's a little bit older than me. So
Trixie, give Madison an update of what you do, and you just came back from Vegas, just getting away and shooting some stuff.
Oh yeah, I had an awesome time. I went. I had my 3 free days at the Plaza Hotel, and I like to, get high and start gambling on the machines like a fool and keep putting money in. but I was winning. But it all evens out, and I had a great time. And I had a couple book authors who are just amazing, talented individuals who I got to interview, and one of them is Dwight Rounds, and he's a book author of The Day the Music Died, and it's an autobiography about the Beatles and music, and we talked about Woodstock, and we talked about the smoking, LSD. We talked about everything. It kind of surprised me because he's an older individual now, and he's like, back in Woodstock, and there was a couple other festivals that he had attended to, and it was an LSD time, and I was like, whoa, I'm sitting there looking at him like trying not to laugh because we're on camera. And I was like, it was an interesting story that he had to tell, and I can't wait to read the book. He gave me a book and of it, and it's just amazing how it's taken off, and it's on Amazon as well. His book is on Amazon, and a wonderful woman who's actually one of Hollywood's leading stunt professionals, was in over 300 movies in the 70s and 80s. Award winner Marnine Elfields, and so she was telling me she had such amazing stories of all the people she worked with and the stunts she used to do, and now she's promoting her book Cartwheels and Halos, and she has a couple music awards that she has won. She does contemporary country music, I believe. I can't really remember exactly which is, if it's country or pop, but she's won a couple awards, and she's her book's on Amazon. It's one of her bestsellers, and she has a fascinating story to tell, and she's doing a lot of things and publishing a movie. The list goes on. She's just doing so much stuff, and it's amazing to talk to people who have lived that era. And
absolutely.
You kind of think, will I live to that age and be able to tell my story? Because that's always interesting, because you kind of think, wow, how am I going to tell this crazy story in 20 years? But it's what it's going to be. And it was kind of fascinating to me, all the things that, all the people she worked with, everything that's happened in her life to, 20 years, later. It's just
as you're telling it now, you're an award winner too. On what show?
Custom trends, and I won 2018 bronze in 2020 for my Super Bowl special. I won silver for that one. That was in 2020, this last year. So yeah, I'm gonna compete this year again. I'm gonna hope to bring home the gold. I've got some things up my sleeve on filming this year. Actually, I'm filming being Proficient, which is a new sporting show. I'm thinking that one's going to be up for the running, so I'm pretty excited to see what happens. And once I complete the project, it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be on Amazon as well as custom trends. I'm still doing custom trends too, but I wanted to really do something different this year and bring on another second show that has to do with sports. And it's a lot of sports out here in Houston, a lot of things going on. So I think they need to get noticed more, I think, and put them out there more. A lot of the
See, Madison, that's why I like Trixie, no matter what's going on with her, because she's just so creative and talented. So up with that. All right. So Terri, tell Madison your story. What have you been doing?
What do you mean? What have I been doing? I don't know. I've been training for this year in fitness, and hopefully getting back on stage. The coronavirus stuff is pretty much behind us, hopefully, and working my day job and working with you, Brian.
and Madison, she never says that she has over 3 million views. I have to always remind her that she has that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The party crunk. And I took a break from doing my TikTok videos. I got too busy with work, but I'll start that up again. I just took a break.
Don't stop them, Terri. Keep them going.
I didn't have time.
She's nonstop, Brian. She's never gonna stop.
I know.
No,
I'm gonna
stop.
Okay.
And I told her if she does, I'm gonna stop calling her full stop instead of nonstop.
You know what? Okay. Sometimes you have to okay, what is it? You can pull back from stuff and then go back to it. I'm pretty ADD, so I'm gonna go back to it. I just had to do some other things, and then yes, it goes in cycles.
Madison, does Papa and Barkley help with people who have ADD? What can you say about that?
I can't say anything about that.
Then let me say it. I believe it does. I've seen the benefits of it, so I will say that.
Brian, I went to school for psychology, so you already know that. So I did major in psychology in college, so I know a lot about. I can diagnose myself. I know what's going on.
See, Madison, what I got to deal with. All right.
I just snorted. That's I only usually snort if I'm drinking wine. That was weird. Okay. I guess I'm gonna get.
All right, Tosh. Tell Madison who you are, what you're doing.
All right. Well, vocally Tosh here, but my name is Nathasha, short for Tosh. I'm a Latin pop singer, brand new. I released my first single last year in April, so it's about to be a year that I started just experimenting with what I really want to do, which is music and performing and songwriting and all that fun music stuff. So that's basically what I've been doing for a whole year. I got connected with a few people, started writing a few songs, released, I have 4 songs that are out from last year, but it's kind of I'm trying to figure out, my sound. So I feel like now I know what I want to sound like. So I'm working on a project that's been these past 2 weekends have been crazy because I've been filming my upcoming music video, which I was gonna release in March, but had to push it back because things got out of the timeline. So we are shooting for April, ending of April, a brand new single, which is the sound that I really want to do, which is Latin pop, a little bit of if you are into J Balvin, Karol G, that type of vibe is what I'm going for. So that's what the song is, and I'm pretty excited about the song. It's a music video that I directed with my friends. So I'm getting into, I'm like Trixie, I'm trying to get a little bit into filming.
Do it all. It's easy. I love your videos, by the way. They're good. It's good work. I love the way you make it fun, and it memorizes you right into it, and you don't want to.
It memorizes you?
I remember.
edible before you came on?
That was the first Trixie. I memorized it.
I know.
That's hilarious.
I didn't bring nothing back. Yeah. Wait. Now I can't say it.
Well, like it makes me like
mesmerized.
Mesmerized.
No,
Mesmerized.
Well, this Trixie, you're gonna be so when you see this next music video, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like I'm dressed up as like I had a makeup artist like paint my face as an older lady. So it's gonna be a very cool video.
Creative.
It's like a story, like telling a story. So I'm like a grandma, but that's all I can say. But it's like a very cool. You see me as me, and then me as older. But that's like what I've been working on. I trust me, I've been dying to like release that. The song is ready. It's just like I was like, I need to like put it all together, throw the music video and the song together. And, my mom always tells me you got to be patient, like don't be like, oh, I need to release it now. Like, release it and make sure it's 100% ready. So that's what I've been working on. That's me.
And
where can I find your music?
Oh, well, I'm everywhere on like streaming.
She'll be more than happy to tell you where to find it.
Yes.
Yeah, wait. Where do I look up? Where is it? I want to.
So, what do you use? Spotify, Apple
Spotify.
Music? Okay, Spotify. So, you can search me as Nathasha Rumbos. My name is spelled with an H after the T, so it's a silent H. So, Nathasha Rumbos, and I recommend my favorite song, like the one that's like poppin' is Menea, so take a listen to that one. And the music video for that one. Yes, that's me! Oh my god, I get so excited. So, but you guys can hear me everywhere. I have my Trixie, you're killing me.
I know.
Trixie's hysterical.
I'm still laughing at that, and it's going over and over in my mind.
And so yeah, you can find me everywhere, and I have my own website. It's nathasharumbosmusic.com. You can just like see like my YouTube channels, my videos. I do like a couple of I'm about to like post like after we're done with the show a song that I remixed. Not I remixed, I wrote like my own verse to it. So I kind of do that, in between of releasing songs to kind of keep on the creative juices flowing. So yeah.
And so Tosh, what's the last views that you had on it?
Oh, well, on Instagram, I've been going, I went ham. I kind of like, it's 40,000 views on Instagram. So wow. I'm very, very, very proud of that achievement. So yeah.
I'm proud of you of that achievement. So Madison, she's the one that uploads our shows. And so as obviously Trixie, whenever she feels like it, she goes to the website and puts everything up. So she put up a nice thing of Papa and Barkley's. So I really like what she did. So and then that's when you saw the CBD thing in it, and she corrected it right away. And I'm like, that's why I love Trixie. And obviously I met Trixie through Terri. So Terri is pretty good at certain things when she puts her mind to it.
I'm good at a lot of things. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Brian just likes to screw with me. That's his thing.
Yeah, I can tell there's a dynamic going on between you two. It's like bad.
No. So when you come back to Los Angeles, I'm going to have her interview you in the studio room downstairs of our studio on our green screen with the Papa and Barkley logo in the back. I look forward to doing that. So that'll be actually pretty cool to do.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't wait till we get back in there.
We're going to be back real soon. So I got to talk about this book. I love this book. This came from Nancy Lynn, A Life and More. She's outside the U.S. I think she's in Scotland. But it's just a book that she wrote about leaving the U.S. and coming in. So thank you for sending that, Nancy, and it's through Hashmark Publishing. I actually like their authors, and we've interviewed 5 out of 9 authors. 5 of them have become international and bestsellers. So we've had one on so far from Mark Wilkinson from the UK. So he's been Trixie, you're on with him. He's an international bestseller now.
Good.
with all the stuff that we're doing. So he's happy to be doing that.
Oh,
and
wow.
we have somebody else coming in from Vegas, Roberto. So through our Zoom shows that Tosh uploads, Madison, these authors have becoming bestsellers. So yes, and we taking credit for it? Yes, we are, because they've been coming on our shows. So that's a good thing. The other thing, so this is what I watched. Does anybody remember going into Blockbusters? This will tell you everything. Tosh, you ever been into a Blockbuster?
Of course.
Madison,
Yes.
you ever been into one?
Yeah.
Okay, so on Netflix, it's very good. It just came out yesterday. There's only one last Blockbuster in the entire world.
There's one left?
There's one left. It's in Bend, Oregon. And it's been there since 2004. And it's a very good story of why people go to that and support that. I love going to the movies. I'm a movie whore, but I haven't been able to go to the theater. So it's one of those things where I'm watching everything online. I get private links sent to me. You know, I have these movies. So I recommend the last Blockbuster on Netflix. And if you like The Equalizer, you like Queen Latifah, on CBS, you can watch that. No Man Land with Frances McDormand, that's on Hulu. Madison, I think you're more of a hiker, or maybe you read books and stuff like that. What do you like? What are you listening to? And when you get a chance, do you watch anything? Because you are busy.
I am busy. I do like to read. I read a lot of books that are more so like, you know, psychology focused or like spirituality books. I don't do a lot of like, you know, fictional or like fun reading. So I read a lot of those books. You can see there's a bunch of books behind me here, and there's a bunch next to me. And then music, I am literally, my personality is all over the map, and my music is the same way. Like, you know, one day I'm dressed really girly, the next day I look like a boy, then I got this going on, then this. My music is the same way. One day it's country, we have old school country, then it's hip hop, then it's pop. So I'm really all over the place. In terms of shows, I just watched, I'm watching The Equalizer, really good.
Yeah, it's good.
And I just watched the movie Up. Have you guys seen that? It's older. But it's not older.
Good.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's a good movie.
So cute.
I watched that and like cried. So
Yes.
that was good.
No, you're supposed to. I mean, a good movies, you know, we got our own our rating system called the 4 E's. You know, something could be emotional, it could be energetic, it could be exciting, it could be empathetic. And that's when it comes to stuff. Papa and Barkley has that to me. I think it's educational. It's, you know, it's emotional for people because it helps people. You know, it is energizing and it is entertaining, because anytime I see Trixie, she entertains the hell out of me, because I never know what she's doing. I just know she's creating good stuff. And Tosh, you know, she's learned a lot from the videos that she's been posting, because here she is, you know, sharing a lot of her stuff, and she's figured out how to do that. And that's stuff that makes me happy. So Terry's next. I've been working on nonstop, no matter what. I'm going to get her back to where she needs to be back, with that mic in her hand, interviewing people, and she's going to be happy. And then as I drop the mic. Exactly. So Madison, what are the last little surprises coming up that Papa and Barkley that you can talk about? Stuff coming up, say, for the summer. And then the next time when we see you in a studio, when you do come back to Southern California, I'm going to have a gift bag for you with a couple things in there that I know you'll like.
Oh, thank you. If the brownies are infused, make sure you tell me. I don't know what's coming down the pike that I didn't already tell you guys. We just launched all the edibles. That was the big thing is sleep. Like, we're gonna have a bunch of sleep products, which people have been asking for. Those are gonna be coming out before the summer, and then we're gonna have some new products on the CBD line. I can't tell you too much, but some new things that are shaped kind of like a pill that are different than the ones that we have, and some different formulas. So those are the big things coming out. If you have any product suggestions, let me know. Somebody told me the other day they want, somebody called me and said they want a patch that's the shape of the arch of their foot. Somebody else said a suppository. I was like, here's some good ideas.
Do you have anything that comes with strawberry or watermelon or melon, anything like that? What if you do, what are they?
Strawberry gummies.
Oh, can I get some?
Yeah. Don't tell anybody, but yeah.
I know. I need sleep. There's a lot to do all this stuff. I need some sleep. No, I look forward to that. I'll give you social media links how people can follow you, because I follow you on your Instagram. I think you do some creative stuff.
You want me to just speak them out loud right now? Or you want me to drop them somewhere?
Yeah.
So I So my main handle is, my name's ridiculous. Sky Didomenicantonio, and I have an art page which is M Sky Creative. Same thing for Facebook. Yeah, those are my two main channels. So my art page and my normal page. Madison, so Sky Didomenicantonio. Remember how to spell that? And M Sky Creative.
There we go. I just followed you.
Yeah.
See how fast Tosh is? You guys are fast. Yeah. All right, Terri, give you social media links. No matter what, we want to have everybody follow Terri on her TikTok. That'll make her happy.
It's Terri Marie Nonstop on everything. And then my website is terrimarieofficial.com.
And Trixie?
Oh, you can find me on
Did you forget?
Trixie
had some edibles.
It's mesmerizing.
I'm just giving Trixie shit today.
Okay, what am I doing? Now?
Your website, Trixie.
Yes, my website is customtrends.tv, and you can find the latest things that I'm working on, which is being proficient in custom trends. And you can find that on my Instagram and on Facebook as well. I just started my Being Proficient page on Facebook, so you can also find it on Facebook, and custom trends on there too. So we have a lot of exciting new projects coming up. Every weekend I have an event. It's amazing out here. Everything's popping, and I can't wait. It's been good to be back, filming, being in front of the camera and behind the camera. I like doing it all, just getting it done and then editing. And so, yeah, we have a lot of things in the works every weekend until May. I'm booked. So
no, you're making it work. You're rocking. You're doing a good job.
Yeah. Weekend I have a gig every single weekend. So I'm pretty excited. They're big events. And so I'm excited. So, yeah, I'm going full force these next 2 months, and then I usually like to take the summer off. So and that's it.
Hey, Madison, when are you coming back down to Southern California? Do you know yet?
Oh, I get asked that question all the time. All my friends have been harassing me. My roommate won't let it go. I don't know I have no idea when I'm going to be coming back. The plan was in January, but probably in the next few months. I'm going to come down there. Maybe next month I'll be down there for like a month or so. I just got to figure it out.
Right. When you come down,
but I'll bring you the gummies.
No, I want them. I need to go to sleep before then.
I'll send them tomorrow.
No, because I want you to come to the studio too. That's why. I'd love to have you in there, and then I'd love to do the one-on-one with you also up there, and then give you your gift bag for stuff. So that's why. So with that, I want to say this. I always say this with people. If you see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours, because the world needs it. I want to thank Madison. I call her Madison Sky D, if I can call her that, because I like her name, Madison. So Trixie, always thank you. Welcome back from Vegas. And I know you had some fun. She had so much fun. I didn't even see her ass. She had so much fun.
It was insane. It was fun.
And then Terri, keep doing what you're doing. And Tasha couldn't be more happy of you for what you're doing. Keep putting those songs out there. And as I always say, we will see everybody next week. If you haven't have it, please try Papa and Barkley's products, because I think they are the best out there, or else Madison wouldn't have been on the show. So with that, I'm Brian Sebastian, Movie Reviews and More. We will see you next week.